This 3-part breathwork sequence is going to prep your body for movement. It's going to relax you into your parasympathetic nervous system and subsequently energize you. We often end up breathing from the chest and the shoulders rather than the diaphragm, which can affect our posture, the way we deal with stress, and even limit our movements. So let's start off by opening up that space in the rib cage and in the diaphragm. So as you lie here, or you can put some pillows behind you if it's too uncomfortable to have yourself flat on the floor. And we're going to start off by taking a deep breath in, coming in from the diaphragm and not your shoulders or your chest. Now you want to make sure, maybe putting your hands around your waist, that every time you inhale, you feel your ribs and your back expanding against your hands. And then as you exhale, you should feel everything coming back in. And now we're going to go ahead for a few more here. Really just focus on bringing that breath into the diaphragm, the ribs, the back, rather than the chest and the shoulders. This might be a little challenging if this is not how you usually breathe. Remember to go at your own pace. Try and keep your mouth closed and all of the breaths are coming through your nose. So we're inhaling, feeling the belly, the ribs, the back expand, and then we exhale and it comes all in as if you're tightening a corset. And now we want to get the pelvic floor muscles involved, which are attached to your core and your diaphragm. So as you inhale and everything starts to release, you should also feel a release in your pelvic floor, as if that air is pushing downwards, like you're taking a gentle pee. You're not forcing anything out. And then with the exhale, when everything corsets in again, you should feel that pelvic floor as well gently rising up, as if you are clenching your urethra. So we're going to take a last few couple of breaths here, just so that you're fully into that parasympathetic nervous system and you're really feeling your diaphragm expanding, and you're making space in your ribcage as you do these breaths. Now if you feel dizzy at any moment, you can open your eyes. You can take a second or two to get yourself back. And this final stint, let's really focus on elongating that breath for these last couple. So as you inhale, try and take a little bit more in than you usually would. And then as you exhale, blow out more than you normally would, as if there's just a little bit left still in your lungs. And if you're finding it still a little difficult to breathe in through your diaphragm and your ribs and your belly, and it still keeps coming from your shoulders and your chest, I want you to try this trick every time where you fully exhale. Exhale, 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 and then just simply relax, and then notice that breath coming naturally from your diaphragm. Now for the second part, I'm going to get you to gently bring yourself up. You don't want to give yourself a head rush. Take a seated position. You can be on a chair if your legs crossed like this is too uncomfortable. And we're going to go for some stress relieving, energizing breaths up next. These are what I like to call the triple sip exhale. So observe, we're going to inhale and exhale everything out long as you possibly can. So let's do these together. Fully exhale, and then you're going to take an inhale in, and then you're going to sip 3 times, and then exhale it all out. off until there's nothing left. And let's do it again. Inhale as much as you possibly can, and then we sip, even if you might not have any inhale left. And fully exhale, push all that carbon dioxide out. We only are going to do this for 4 to 5 times. So once more, inhale fully. Don't worry if you're not going at the same time as me. Once you've inhaled, we sip. And let it all out. And the final one's going to have you on your knees. Get yourself down into a child's pose where your elbows are on the ground. And you want to push the ground slightly and make sure you have a curve in your back so that your pelvis is tucking under a little. You can also fold your feet under if it's too much on your toes. And notice I have a curve on my back, fully curved. We don't want to stick your butt out here. Now this final breath is all about rib cage alignment and posture. Dysfunctional breathing is actually the predecessors for so many of the postural issues and aches and pains that you have. So we're just going to breathe through the nose here, and I want you to feel the space between your shoulder blades open up when you inhale. So let's start. Let's inhale. Take out a little bit of air and then inhale it for a second breath. Exhale a tiny bit and then third breath, inhale. Feeling that space between your shoulder blades, and then suck 3 breaths in. And slowly out of your nose, so you're not going pah. You want to gently bring the exhale out of your nose. Now that was a little tough, so just give yourself a side to side and we're going to go again. Start off by fully exhaling again, just to make sure that your inhale is coming from the diaphragm during that relax, if that's what works for you. So inhale through the nose, take out a little bit of air, and second inhale, then a little bit of air, and then third inhale, breathing into that space between your shoulder blades, and then 3 sucks, and gently out your nose. Now, sucks may have sounded like they came from my mouth, just for the exaggeration, but I want you to make sure your mouth is closed throughout, and we're going to go for one last one. So again, move around if you need to. Take a little moment before we go for the final round. Remember, we want to breathe as if you're separating those shoulder blades. You want to feel the space in between them open up with each inhale. So we're going to finish it off, taking a nice deep inhale through your diaphragm. Let out a little bit of air, and then inhale again, second breath. Tiny exhale, and again, third breath in between your shoulder blades. And then we're sucking for 3 inhales. And slowly out of the nose, because if you go out of the mouth, you're just going to explode it, and we want to go nice and slow with that exhale. And then just take a little bit of time here to yourself. If your eyes were closed throughout, gently open them. Feel yourself both energized and relaxed. Feel any kind of niggling aches and pains, and just sit and congratulate yourself for breathing right.